Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome. It's been a while, but I'm back, and yeah, I'm sorry for the big delay between uploads. It's been a hectic couple of weeks. Lots of work, and then before that, I was sick for about a week and a half, real sick, just like flu or something. Um, it wouldn't let up, and then I've just been working a lot of hours and. Yeah, that's about it. No excuses. Should have been uploading in that time, but just haven't had the time to sit down and record some videos for you guys. So, yeah. And then the time I did have, I just wanted to kind of just chill and relax, watch some movies, watch lots of movies in the past couple of weeks. Yeah, and that's what we're gonna be talking about today. So, like I said in the last video, the last Blu-ray Collection video, a bunch of videos, a bunch of movies were on their way, and for some reason they had been delayed, but a bunch of them arrived, and Erica bought some as well. Or she had ordered some like weeks ago, and they've all arrived. And I mean, it's obviously a couple weeks since I've recorded a video, so yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, and it's good to see you again, and thank you for watching. So I wanted to just quickly say I've been what I've been watching in the last couple of days. I've been finally. I mean, I've had this box set for years now, and I never went and actually watched the full box set. I mean, I'm doing it now. I just finished the first season, and it is just amazing. If you haven't seen it, it's one of my absolute favorite TV shows. It's so good. I was introduced to it in 2014 when the third season came out, and I've loved it ever since. But I haven't actually watched it since then, and I've never seen the fourth season. So it's Sherlock. If you know about it, it's a British TV show with Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman, where it's Sherlock Watson. I believe his name is Andrew Scott as Moriarty. So this is the first three seasons. Let me get it out for you. This video will be probably a little bit longer than the last one, just because I have a lot of stuff to talk about, and yeah, you guys deserve it. I mean, it's been too long since I made a video, so it actually comes with the first four seasons. So we've got season one. Let me just get it. Yeah, season one, which I just finished watching, which is fantastic. I mean, it's fantastic. Season two, which is probably my favorite. I think it's probably my favorite season. Season two, which I'm gonna watch real soon. Season three, winner of 7 Emmy Awards, as you can see. Outstanding lead actor and outstanding supporting actor. I mean, it's a fantastic series. You know what I like about it? I don't watch TV shows, right? I just don't watch TV shows. It's not my thing. I don't enjoy watching them because they're far too long. There's too much filler. There's only a handful of TV shows that are long that I've ever sat through. House, I love. The Sopranos, I love. Like, those are probably two of my favorite shows of all time. But the reason I love this show so much is because these episodes, they're all an hour and a half, between an hour and a half, between an hour and a half and 2 hours for an episode. So it's a feature-length film per episode, but there's only three episodes per season, and then they're like, so a season is like, like 4.5 to 6 hours long, which is great. That's kind of what I mean, look, 5 hours and 7 minutes. Season 3, 5 hours and 7 minutes. That's perfect. 5 hours, 7 minutes, 3 episodes. That's a whole season. That's perfect for me. Like, I love that. Instead of it, they all come with 2 discs, of course. They all come with extra features. Fantastic. And then this one also comes with the abominable. That's such a hard word to say. I will hold it here. Abominable Bride, which is like they go back in time, I assume. I haven't watched this, which I will after the third season. And then I have the fourth season here as well, which I haven't seen as well. Haven't seen either, of course. So I haven't gone back and watched those, which I will. So I'm currently doing, and I'm very much thoroughly enjoying it. So let me put those back. Very much enjoying it. It's a very, very good show. Very funny. Very thrilling. There's some. I remember watching it back in 2014, and it was very much very suspenseful, very thrilling, which I didn't expect for a show like that. So I never watched a show like that before, and I still haven't seen any shows that are very similar to it. So anyway, and then I quickly wanted to. I don't quickly. I take my time, but I wanted to quickly talk about The Northman. Robert Eggers' The Northman, which I talked about in the last video. I think it was the last video. I hadn't watched it yet, and I have now twice because I love it. I think it's a masterpiece. Fits right in there with The Witch and The Lighthouse as a triple double. Robert Eggers is every single film he's made so far is a banger, an absolute banger. So I really hope that he can keep that going with the Nosferatu. I think it's a remake that he's doing next. Give that a go. The Northman. If you haven't seen any of his films, begin with The Witch, then watch The Lighthouse, and then watch this. All three very similar, but also vastly different, which I really like. 3 different time periods, all time accurate. It's great. It's just great. Yeah, fantastic intensity. Yeah, just I love it. Anyway, on to the movies that you haven't seen. So first of all, I was a bit jibbed by this one. So I bought this on eBay, and I saw it, and I was like, you know what? This is a film I haven't seen, and I've reviewed the game. I played through the game on the channel, and this is a film I saw in cinema when it came out. All right, when did this come out? 2008. Yeah, I was 10 years old. I watched this movie in cinema. And it's very much a guilty pleasure. This is not, Kino. This is not, this is guilty pleasure 100%. And it's not that good, but it's fun. That's what it's about. And so I picked this up for $8 because it said it was sealed. And it wasn't sealed, which is fine. It comes with a slipcover, which is a little bit damaged. But this is Wanted. And this is the limited edition. Wanted, the bizarre, over-the-top action bullet curving, where they shoot a bullet and they swing their arm and then it goes around a building and all this wackiness. James McAvoy, Morgan Freeman, and Angelina Jolie. And I was like, oh, amazing, nice cover. Just like Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead. Like, there's a bunch of these, like, comic book style ones, and it fits the theme of the movie as well. So then I thought, okay, fantastic. And then, what did I see? What did they do? It's sealed, but it's a regular copy of the film, which I don't understand. So they had a regular copy of the film. Where is the copy that is like limited edition? Where is that one gone? I assume they kept it for themselves. And they just gave me a regular copy of the film, which is fine. I don't care. It doesn't make a difference. But it's not what I bought, right? So, but it doesn't matter. I was out looking for a copy of the film, and it's one of those other films I was looking for was World War Z, another film I saw in cinema when I was a kid, and I just thought, oh my god, this is so bad, but it's good. I enjoyed it. So if I ever see that for cheap, that one also has I believe one of these covers. So if I can find it, I'll show you guys. But yeah. I'm sorry if I forget to tap, and I'm probably also way too loud. It's because I'm too worried because all the other videos they've been way too quiet. I find some of them were way too quiet. But yeah, I'll read the backs of the movies. It doesn't matter. We have time. Wesley Gibson is a cube-dwelling hypochondriac with a boss who humiliates him and a cheating girlfriend. His life is going nowhere. Okay. That doesn't, it's a good setup because, it doesn't, that kind of, I wouldn't say everyone can relate to that, but a lot of people can, surely. Wes discovers that his estranged father has been brutally murdered and finds himself thrust into a secret society of assassins called the Fraternity. And if you do like this film, or if you have any interest in bizarre action films, not bizarre, but over the top, definitely give this a watch. And also watch my video on it, on the game, because the game's so stupid. It's pretty fun, I suppose, except for that final boss. That was terrible. During his training, at the hands of a skilled mentor named Fox, played by Angelina Jolie, this once office-bound wimp develops lightning-fast reflexes and superhuman dexterity. However, with this first assignment, Wes finds out that the only thing more difficult than ending the lives of others is summoning the courage to take control of his own. And then we got the picture of him with the dual pistols on the back. Yeah, it's from 2008. Fun film. Ooh, fun film. But yeah, a bit miffed that they didn't give me the actual... Because then I went on back on eBay and I looked it up. And I was like, oh, surely then all of them come like this, right? And then no, like the first one I found had the comic book cover. But that's fine. Doesn't bother me too much. So next up, we have a film that I have never seen. I have never heard of it. But my wife, Erica, she bought this the other day. And it looks very interesting. It is Memories of Murder by Bong Joon-ho, who made Parasite, which I've shown you before. It's a fantastic, fantastic film. If you haven't seen Parasite, it won Best Picture. It won the Palme d'Or. It's an incredible film. This came out 2019, was it? 2019. What a film! Parasite is a masterpiece, genuine South Korean masterpiece. But we're talking about this, which is a film from 2003, I think. Yeah, 2003. So that's what, 16 years before he made Parasite. Do you remember those you murdered? Where are you now? Based on the true story of serial killings. A film by Bong Joon-ho, the director of Parasite. See the two main characters at the front there? Memories of Murder is a story based on the investigation around the man reported to be Korea's first serial murderer, Song Kang-ho as Detective Park, and Kim Sang-kyung as Detective Xiao Shou, two of the detectives attempting to solve the crimes. So they are the two detectives attempting to solve Korea's first serial killings. Very interesting. I'm just, it's just one of those films I don't know anything about, but I'm interested to see. Interested to watch it. She's been wanting to watch it for quite a long time. Good disc there. I'll show the disc. If it is, if they are unsealed, I will show you the disc. I hope that's not too loud, but I've been pretty loud myself throughout this. So I guess we'll see. All right. Next up, we have 3 films in the same franchise, 2 of which I've now seen. And some people might be upset about this, but I'm not too impressed. I mean, they were good, but they weren't, I guess, anyway, let me just show you and then we'll get into it. The Evil Dead. Sam Raimi's The Evil Dead. Rated R as well here in Australia. Even though the second one is not. It's rated MA15, which is odd. Writer-director Sam Raimi, who obviously did the Spider-Man trilogy, delivers a relentless, gore-splattered debut and a landmark in horror cinema. The Evil Dead is a no-holds-barred onslaught of gruesome terror and nightmarish effects, which has earned its rightful status as a legendary cult classic. 5 college students travel to a remote cabin in the woods and unwittingly unleash a monstrous evil force hell-bent on their total destruction. Now, with newly restored, state-of-the-art, digitally remastered picture. Wow, that's a mouthful. Newly restored, state-of-the-art, digitally remastered picture and loaded with incredible extras. The Evil Dead is truly the ultimate experience in grueling horror. the special features of this one, and how it came to be, and how it almost didn't exist. And then the second one was actually funded by Stephen King's production company because he loved this movie so much. And I assume back in 1981, this was a big deal because obviously, the smaller companies, the smaller movie companies were kind of dying out, the indie companies at the time, because the big companies were buying them all up and pushing them out of business. And you had a big split between the cinema-going audience and kind of the people who bought video. And so this was one movie that kind of branched out, kind of made a crossroads for those two audiences. Written and directed by Sam Raimi. And this Blu-ray was made in 2013. But I watched it, and let me show you the inside as well. So no decoration, unlike the other one. But we have the disc. Nice disc instead of just the generic blue. A lot of the blue or just silver discs, how a lot of Blu-rays have. What did I think about it? I actually prefer the first one over the second one. And talking about the second one, I have it right here, which I like this cover a lot. It's obviously part of the Classic Remastered collection. Evil Dead 2, directed by Sam Raimi, with Bruce Campbell, the legendary character, on the front. After the shocking and notorious cult classic, The Evil Dead impaled its way into the minds of a whole generation, visionary maverick director Sam Raimi decided to elaborate on his twisted scenario, featuring B-movie legend Bruce Campbell in his most iconic role. Evil Dead 2 is a gore-fueled slapstick masterpiece that gleefully stomps on the entrails of good taste, whilst puking in the face of Hollywood with no apologies. And yes, that is very much, that is very, very, very much what's happening here. That's very much what's happening with this film. And the reason that I'm very much on the fence on these two, but I'll tell you for why in a second. See, this one just has the generic blue disc, which is a shame. And then we have the bonus disc over here. Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence on these two. I think I like the first one more. The second one's fine, especially with the whole chainsaw in the hand. It's cool and whatnot, but maybe I'm too much of a millennial to enjoy these films. I assume if I saw them when they came out, I would have been very impressed, but it was fun, don't get me wrong. But especially because the second one is just like a reimagining of the first one. I kind of was like, okay, alright. Maybe that kind of film isn't for me. It definitely wasn't scary. I mean, it probably was in, 1981 or 1987, but it definitely wasn't now. But it very much like a midnight movie, and for what it does it well, and I did enjoy it. But I definitely wouldn't say it was like one of the greatest of all time in terms of horror. But if you enjoy it, please tell me for why, because I would like to hear your opinions on any of these films, any of the films I talk about. And obviously nothing personal. I think Sam Raimi is a great director, especially with what he did later on in his career. And sadly, I think I've talked about this before, but Drag Me to Hell is a film that I owned, and I lost it, and I don't know where it is. And which is a shame, because I really did like that film. It's also bizarre with the speaking goat at the end. What was he smoking? But it's very funny. Anyway, we also have the third film in the series, and Erica actually managed to get this on a bid. She got this on a bid on eBay, sealed from America for like a few bucks. And I don't know, she was like, I don't know how I got this, but she won the auction, and we got it. And it's still sealed, because we haven't watched it yet. These other two these were secondhand, but this one is obviously brand new. Bruce Campbell versus the Army of Darkness, and most people just know it as Army of Darkness. Trapped in time, surrounded by evil, low on gas. So, if you don't know, just spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen Evil Dead 2. So, what I think happens if I'm not mistaken, is the Necronomicon creates this kind of rift in time, and he gets sucked into this time portal, and he ends up in it doesn't give me a time period. The Dark Ages, somewhere in the Dark Ages. I think they might mention it in the film, in the second one, or in this one. I mean, they definitely would in this one, surely. Anyway, he's in the Dark Ages. He gets sucked in there, but he still has his chainsaw and he has his car and everything. So, I'm curious where it goes from here, because I think this one will definitely be my favorite. Because it's set in a historical setting, but he's like, and I will say one of the coolest covers of a film. If you know Frank Frazetta, Frank Frazetta, his art, if you know it very reminiscent of that, and I think it's very cool. So I think this film will probably be my favorite. I kind of have a suspicion. This one is from 93, so 12 years after the original. Spawned from the warped imagination of a celebrated filmmaker, Sam Raimi, and starring cultural icon / B-movie brando Bruce Campbell as Ash, Evil Dead 3 takes the concepts already established by the previous movies to a new level of twisted weirdness. After accidentally unleashing the demonic forces held within the Necronomicon, the now legendary Ash finds himself transported back in time to the Dark Ages, where he is forced to do battle with a relentless army of grotesque, flesh-eating deadites, armed with his ever-reliable chainsaw, his big smoking boomstick, and a second-hand car. Ash Williams, hero, man of action, prophesied savior of ancient times, and discount store employee, is about to show the medieval dead what it means to be truly groovy. Because this time, they're messing with the wrong chin. It's time for some sugar, baby. When was this made? Oh, it was 1983. 2008. Wow, this Blu-ray, this is an old Blu-ray then. And still sealed, that's crazy. This Blu-ray has been sealed for 16 years. Oh. Highly inventive, instantly quotable, and hugely entertaining, with equal amounts of romance, action, adventure, and severed limbs. Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness, which is actually what it says on the back of the case, calls itself Evil Dead 3, even though it's not on the front. Feels like it was conceived within a psychotic mind of mutant Feels like it was conceived within the psychotic mind of a mutant Ray Harryhausen as it explodes across the screen with a frenzied verve, rarely seen in motion pictures. This is cult movie making at its most awesome and not to be missed. Well, the person who wrote the blurb for this one really went to town, didn't they? But yeah. And also these films are only like 80 minutes long. Easy to watch, but you can see, unlike the other ones, which have the Australian rating system, this has the American, I believe. That one. That's the American rating system, right? Or is the European one? It's not PEGI. It must be American. Tell me where this is made. No. Anyway, so that is Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness. Good series. I like it, but I know I haven't seen the new ones because my wife, who's kind of a horror movie aficionado, she said don't watch the new ones. So I won't. I'll watch Army of Darkness and I'll probably enjoy it. Alright, now we have gotten to our final film today. We have come to our final film. And I'm very excited to show you guys this because this is very cool. I managed to get this off of eBay, sealed, for, if I'm not mistaken, $12. Something like that. Stupid price for this. So I always tell you, don't go and if you want something, look on eBay first. Check eBay if you want it, because oftentimes it's much easier, much cheaper to get it from eBay than going to a retail store, especially a retail store. But if even online, sometimes you just have a look, because you never know what you might find. And we just had one Sam Raimi trilogy. And here's the other one. And you will already know what it is then, but look how cool this is. Spider-Man trilogy. Obviously the original trilogy. I don't care about the Amazing Spider-Man or the new Spider-Man with was it Tom Holland? Is it? Andrew Garfield was the Amazing Spider-Man. I don't care. Tobey Maguire. This was the original Spider-Man trilogy to me and to a lot of people. You know, I mean, it was the original Spider-Man trilogy, but this is the one I care about the most. I haven't seen the new ones, and I don't really need to. This has obviously Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. This is the original Sam Raimi directed trilogy. 8 hours and 43 minutes approximately. So this was designed, packaging, this packaging was designed in 2012. Comes with a comic book included, which is quite cool. Quite cool, if you're a fan of the series. The web-spinning superhero has a mission to save New York from its nemesis, the Green Goblin, and to win the heart of Mary Jane, the girl next door. That's Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 2. Peter Parker gives up his crime-fighting identity of Spider-Man in a desperate attempt to return to ordinary life and keep the love of MJ, Mary Jane, played by Kirsten Dunst. But a ruthless, terrifying new villain, the multi-tentacled Dr. Octopus, forces Peter to swing back into action to save everything he holds dear. And then the third film. New York City is in the throes of Spider-Mania, and Peter Parker finally has the girl of his dreams. But just when it seems like things can't get any better, Spider-Man must fight the most terrifying trio of villains he has ever encountered. The Deadly Sandman, the New Goblin, and Venom, plus the enemy he discovers within himself. Obviously, if you haven't seen Spider-Man 3, it is the one where he has the black suit, which is pretty damn cool. I feel bad for stuff like this. I feel bad for opening. You know, it's been sealed for so long, and I don't want to destroy it, but you buy it to watch it, right? It's like buying a video game and leaving it sealed, or buying a book and leaving it sealed, or whatever. Unless you buy it with the purpose of reselling it, I think you should just open it and watch it. You know, that's what it's for. Very, very cool. And then in our next video, the next Blu-ray Collection video, because I already have the stuff for the next video ready right here. We'll look at another 6 films that we have gotten at some point through the last couple of weeks, months, and that are new to the collection. So if you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed the films, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any suggestions for films we should watch, films we should get. Please do. So, in any case, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.